every staffer should know what they're dealing with, whether it's a candidate or a president, is what's their strengths, what's not their strengths. And that's really the challenge with President Biden is he has very few strengths. He is not good at night. He was emotional. A statement would have been better. And this only made it a much, much worse situation for him. After this report came out, he just came out and proved he has diminished capacity.
That's Governor Kristi Noem skewering Joe Biden for his performance at a recent press conference, which was, let's say, not good.
People have been watching and they have expressed concerns about your age.
That is your judgment. That is your judgment. That is not the judgment of the press.
Anderson, the most damaging things that can happen in politics are things that reinforce a meme that's out there that is hurting you. And the central meme that is hurting the president is this issue of age. It's a big barrier. People don't give him credit for what he's done.
Oh boy. Welcome to Nerk News. I'm Nerkish. Well, dementia is trending on Twitter today, so let's take a few minutes to discuss a clip of Governor Kristi Noem that's been making the rounds on social media. Then I'll highlight some interesting points I think she might have missed about Joe's mental state.
He has diminished capacity. He couldn't even refer to the right country with the right president and the right conflict and the right war. It was, wow. It was a lot. So, Jesse, and I think what I think is amazing is we as Republicans have to get smart and really realize what's going to happen in this next election. I don't think they replace him. They're going to go back to exactly what they did in 2020. And all of these liberal governors that got reelected in these swing states are going to write emergency orders to run their elections however they want to, whether it's mail-in ballots, it's collecting ballots by the unions in Walmart parking lots. They will use every tool that they had then to make sure that Joe Biden gets elected again.
Yeah. Whoa there, Kristi. Just because Joe had one outburst, you think that he has a diminished mental state? That's just a stutter, remember? They said he has a stutter. It's not like there's a well-documented link between aggressive verbal outbursts and dementia, or that studies have shown that dairy and ice cream are good for dementia patients, and that's why staffers are shoving it down Joe's throat every chance they get. I mean, what are you even suggesting? That he's so feeble that someone else is in charge? And that's why they're so desperate to get him elected? I mean, who would even do that?
People would ask me, knowing what you know now, do you wish like you had a third term? And I used to say, you know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony. Wow. I'd be fine with
that was probably a joke. The experts have told us several times on multiple occasions that Joe Biden is fine. I mean, sure, in the last few days, he's claimed to have had recent conversations with dead world leaders on 3 separate occasions. And sure, he forgot where his son got his rosary and said the Egyptian president is from Mexico. But to suggest that there's a shadow government or administrative state running things from behind the scenes, you're starting to sound like a conspiracy theorist. Tell her, Joe. Tell her that she's starting to sound like a conspiracy theorist.
There is some movement, and I don't want to, well, maybe choose my words. There's some movement. There's been a response from there's been a response from the opposition, but yes, I'm sorry, from Hamas, but it seems to be.
Oh, that's not good. Well, maybe she has a point, but what's the worst that can happen? I mean, if he's not in charge, then he can't do any significant damage, right? I'm sure we're all just worrying about nothing. I bet establishment media is already writing articles reluctantly admitting that the president has dementia and telling us why it's a good thing. But let me know what you think. Was Kristi being a bit harsh with Joe? Is he just a sweet old man who likes ice cream? Will there be another national emergency that mucks up the election? Let me know in the comments. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Bye!